Right, let's go on to the capture cameras. The capture, I mean, not capture cameras, sorry, the capture. You know, basically what's gonna happen with the capture cards is, you know, you're gonna have like different versions. The HD60S, which is 190 euros, can put up to 60 FPS pass through. Actually, it's 60 FPS pass through. And this is the comparison between all of them. This is all 5 of them. Okay, so we're gonna go through them right here. So the 60S has 1080 60 pass through, and the 60S6, the S Plus is 1080 pass through, and also you will have 2160 by 60. So basically HDR pass through as well. So the different, these two are external. The HD60 is the external one, and then we have the HD60 Pro and the 4K 60 Pro. Those are the internals. These two are the internals capture cards, and the 4K 6S Plus, this is basically another external which you can record on 4K. So these two, this one is only HD. This one is 2160p, which is you know, 2K, and then we got the 4K external with the 4K 60S Plus, and then we have the HD60 Pro, which is 1080 internal, and then we have the 4K 60 Pro, which is the 4K internal as well. So for example, with the HD, can we go on to the HD60 Plus to see how is it priced? There we go. So the HD60 Pro 6X Plus is 200, is basically 200 euros. And if we go on to the other ones, let me just go, can we go on to the other ones? No, we can't. Yeah, there you go. So the HD60 Pro, this is the internal capture card, and this one is the same price, it's 199.99, so it's basically another 200. The problem with this is it's only full HD, but it's internal. The 4K 60S Plus, this is the external capture card, which you can take anywhere. I don't like this, by the way. I don't recommend it. And it's priced at 400 euros. The whopping 400 euros, I think, is way too expensive. And the 4K 60 Pro, which is the internal capture card that can record on 4K, price at 249.99. This is a fairly good price for an internal capture card which can record 4K on 60 FPS pass through. You can't go any further than 60 FPS, unfortunately, but it's a really good you know, way to capture your gameplay. 4K on 60 FPS, which is most consoles can put up right now. Let's move on to the Stream Decks. So there's different versions of the Stream Deck. So basically the Stream Decks have like literally like a ton of different versions. You got the biggest one, the smallest one, and then you have like a medium size. There is not any one of them. Okay, fair enough. So the Stream Deck XL. So the Stream Deck XL is the biggest version. It's got 32 buttons, and this one is priced at 249.99. I believe this is a little bit expensive. Not really necessary, because you can actually set up like different pages, and you can have action groups and everything on your Go XLR. This is the one I actually have, and I actually is, you know, if you can afford it, yeah, go for it. But I believe, I strongly encourage you to leave the Stream Deck for the last thing. You can live without a Stream Deck until you have everything set up. I would rather you buy yourself a microphone, a good microphone. I would rather get, you know, you can get yourself, if you go for a Go XLR microphone, for an XLR microphone, you get yourself a audio mixer. So kind of like get yourself set up for the audio first, which is the most important thing. Maybe find yourself a camera later on, and then, you know, get the Stream Deck later on. You can actually get different versions of the Stream Deck. You can get a cheaper version of the Stream Deck, like this one. This is Stream Deck now, which is like the base version, is 149.99. It's pretty good. It's got this one has, I believe, 15 keys. It's a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, so we got 15 keys on this one. It's a lot cheaper. It's 100 euros cheaper. You can actually, you know, it's a big difference. And then you have the Stream Deck Mark II, which I believe is the newest version, which you can change the faceplates and everything. Kind of like, you know, it's, you can buy faceplates, you know, 149 for, you know, 15 keys, which is, you know, basically the same price as the other one. So Instead of buying yourself a Stream Deck, get yourself a Stream Deck Mark II. You got different faceplates, and it's kind of cool. I mean, you know, the price is fairly good. It could be a lot more expensive though. Then we have also a Stream Deck Mini, which is, you know, 6 buttons, not too bad, but the price is kind of like, I don't think it's in store anymore. Oh yeah, it is still in store. So it's only 99, it's 100 euros. So that's, you know, in my opinion, that's pretty good as well. If I had to choose one, I would probably, if I can afford it, I would go for the Stream Deck Mark II. It's really cool, you know, it's different. You can have different plates and whatnot, and it's fairly, you know, good price. I would leave the Stream Deck for the last thing, like I said before. Then you can have the Stream Deck Mobile. If you're not using your mobile as a camera, get yourself the Stream Deck Mobile, man. Like, honestly, it is pretty good. It works perfectly. You don't have to worry about anything. And I bet you 100%, I bet you always have your mobile nearby when you're streaming. If you're doing content creation or you're streaming, I bet you 100% your mobile is nearby, somewhere nearby you. So, you know, you can use your Stream Deck Mobile without having to pay a single penny. So that's why I'm saying save this for the last. You know, this is, you can get away with a lot of things without having to pay right now, nowadays, to be honest with you. The same thing as they actually announced, you know, with the camera, you know, with the screen link. You can actually, not the screen link, sorry, the Epoch Cam. So the Epoch Cam actually allows you to stream from your phone. So you don't really need to pay for a webcam. So, you know, kind of like, you know, you can stream on I think it was 600 by 480. But if you want to go with the full HD version, you can actually stream with your phone camera wireless with full HD. Same thing with this, you can go and get the Stream Deck Mobile, which, you know, it's gonna be super cheap. Then you have the software, which is pretty good. We all know how the software of Elgato products are. I mean, I love them for all this stuff. So lighting, like now we have Elgato doing ring lights as well, which is crazy. So they're doing ring lights as well. The price of the ring lights is 199.99. So 200 euros for the ring lights. Please avoid buying this. It is really cool that you can change the colors and you can change all the, you know, the turn it on and off with your, you know, with your Stream Deck. Like, listen, I do not care. Like, literally, I saved half of this money, and all I have to do to turn it off is do this. I have to actually reach to my light to turn it off. Like, listen, I'm not gonna pay the double price just so I can turn it off with my Stream Deck. This is a novelty. I think it's too pricey and it's not really worth it. You can get yourself, the brand is called Newer. So there's a brand called Newer, which is pretty good. And you can get yourself like studio lights for half the price, and they are just as good. The only thing is that you're not gonna be able to connect them with the Elgato. No big deal. You got the key light. Once you set your lights on one level, you're never gonna change it, just so you know that. Then you have the key lights. Obviously, we know the key lights. The key lights have been around for a long while. They are priced at 129.99. That's not too bad. And then you have the other key lights. I believe this is like the latest version of the key lights, which are $199.99. You know, $200. It's just absolutely bonkers how expensive that is. And then you have the latest thing that has come out, which is the light strip. So basically the light strip is priced at 60 euros. It's a little bit expensive though. They are pretty good though. They're pretty good, I gotta be honest with you. They're pretty good. They don't blink on the camera, so that's really good. So you got the, you know, kind of like the Elgato, you know, they are super sticky. So they actually announced they are super sticky. You know, the design is the typical, you know, like lights on the background. So the regular lights kind of like flicker a little bit. You can see the flickering. That's with the webcam. If you're actually using a DSLR camera, the flickering goes away, just so you know. So, you know, the light strip don't flicker when you are using a webcam. They're kind of cool and whatnot. I mean, obviously, those products, it just depends on you. I can tell you of a million products on Amazon for $10 that really do the same job as this. But, I mean, if you want to spend $60 on this, it's completely fine. Now, let's go on to the green screens. I actually believe the green screens are the best products from Elgato. The green screens are brilliant. I have used this. So basically the green screen mounts is $149.99. I would actually spend the money on this because you can actually hang this from the ceiling and it's brilliant. I honestly have used it and it's beautiful. It works perfectly. It is just as intended. Now you have the green screen, which you can actually fold and everything if you want to, and it comes up. I've used it for a long time, and I'm in love with it. I had to sell it because I'm not using it anymore, but I think it's brilliant. If you need to have a green screen, if you can afford it, go for it. I mean, you can actually just go and buy a green, you know, kind of like, it's just a green shade, and you can just put it on the background and it will work perfectly. But this one, if you have the, you know, resources to buy the green screen from Elgato, I strongly recommend it. This one is priced the same, 150, and you can fold it and you can save, like, you can fold this and just, it's like this big, it's like tiny, so you can, you know, put it anywhere. If you don't have the space, use it. I didn't have the space, as you guys know. I used to stream between my kitchen and my living room before, so what I used to do is just fold it at the end of the stream and just put it underneath my desk. So basically it's really nice if you need to save, you know, if you need to save a space. And now they have done a green screen for your mouse mat. So basically, if you want your mat, if you are showing your mouse, if you have a camera that is showing your mouse and you don't want the, you know, everything to be shown, and you want your mat to disappear and only to be shown by your hand and your mouse, which is a really cool feature. I mean, it's really neat. So that's priced at $29.99. I mean, obviously 30 bucks is not a big deal. It's not too expensive. I actually thought it was going to be more expensive. So basically you can have your keyboard. It's actually it's Excel. So it's for your mouse and your for your keyboard as well. And if you have your, you know, your hands as well. So it's really good. I mean, because it's quite big. I don't know. Let me check on the size of it. So this is actually 940 by 400. Millimeters, so it's fairly big. So it's a big mat, you know, fairly big. It will cover your keyboard and your mouse. I actually think I did not see this product, and they should promote this product a little bit more, because the price is fairly good, and it's a big one. I actually thought it was for the mouse only. This is really good. Look how big it looks on this picture. I do like it. I actually do like it. If you want to show your actual, you know, your keyboard and mouse, and you don't want it to actually show on your screen, this is fairly nice, man, because you can actually be talking about, you know, stuff, or just playing, and, you know, it shows only the you know, the hand and the keyboard, man. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. That I liked it. Multi-mounts. I mean, you got the multi-mount system. You know, you can have mounts all over the place, you know, the whole ecosystem, you know, you can, you know, this is all overpriced. 49, you know, 50 euros for a mount, which you can find for like 10 on Amazon. So you have the phone grip, which you can find anywhere else, but I mean, they sell it to you as well, so it's another 50. So, you know, all ecosystem from Elgato. This is being everything. Thank you very much, guys. This is everything that we have from Elgato, all the ecosystem from Elgato. I given you, you know, obviously my recommendations, what I like the most, what I like the least from Elgato, because even though they have a lot of things, there is some things that I find irrelevant and very expensive. So, you know, you have to decide and choose what you can, you know, what you can use for your streaming or content creation setup. And remember, guys, to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything Lord Val Gaming. And until next time, bye-bye.